This is Verdant Tinkerer, and it's raining outside right now, so I figured I'd take an opportunity to go over pickling with you guys. Got some green beans from a local farm a couple days ago, so I'm going to do some pickled green beans. We have our fermentation crock. Fermenting is pretty easy. It's usually best done in a glass or ceramic container. And the benefits of pickling with actual salt instead of just vinegar excuse me, is it creates an environment for lactobacillus, which is a bacteria, to ferment and create probiotics like in a yogurt. So it's really good for the digestive system. So for an appropriate brine, which is what you need for pickling, you need your water and your salt. The ratios can vary, but for this one, I'm going to use about a half a gallon of water and 5 tablespoons of salt. So what we'll do is we'll just mix the salt into the water to make our brine. And if you were to try and make your own ratios, you can do a little research, but 2.5 tablespoons to a quarter water is pretty standard. But what you really want to do is, instead of by volume, it's by weight, because you want anywhere from a 2% to 5% salt per water by weight. So we'll mix that in, and over here I have some garlic and dill, just a little flavoring. And then here, this is just a bag of water. What I do is I'm going to use it as a weight to make sure the green beans stay completely submerged. It's very important because the reason for the salt solution, or the brine, is to keep away any bad bacteria, which is the kind of things that might create little cooties that would make you sick. So we use this just as a weight to keep everything under the water, to keep oxygen away from the green beans so they can ferment in a safe manner. So you can pretty much ferment anything. The fresher they are, the better. So I got these a couple days ago. I cut off the ends and any funny looking pieces and just put them in the crock. Then we'll add a little spices. There are like special recipes, but I just kind of eyeballed it, did whatever. And I just paused there for a second to make sure the salt was completely mixed into the water, so we didn't have anything settling at the bottom. It's a lot easier to get salt to dissolve if you use warm water, so I'd heated this up beforehand. And you just pour it in. Like I said earlier, it's important that the water completely covers the vegetables, so it looks like I might not have enough, so I'll have to make a little bit more. So I don't have enough, so I'm going to pause for a second to make some more brine. Alright, so I just finished making some more brine, and I'm using a little rag here because the pot's hot, because I just heated it up again. Alright, so that's enough to completely cover everything. Like I said before, it's crucial that there's no oxygen, so I'm just going to mix things up a little bit to make sure there's no bubbles hiding underneath everything. Alright, so as you can see, there's enough water for everything to be completely submerged. So what we'll do is we'll take a little water bag here, stick it in such a way that all of the green, it's kind of hard to do with one hand. There we go. There's a couple green beans over there. So it's a lot easier to do with 2 hands. But this one guy, I'll just take him out and eat him now. So the little pieces of garlic and dill floating on the top, that's not a big deal. We're not actually going to eat those anyway. So that's it. That's all you have to do. You don't need any kind of seal. But what I will do is take this rag and just kind of put it on top to keep any flies or insects from going in there. And that's it. You just leave it somewhere that doesn't get too hot. If you have central air or anything, you could just leave it on a counter in a kitchen. So that's it. It's a great way to save your surplus vegetables. This is a lacto-fermentation, again using or taking advantage of the lactobacillus. It's great for probiotics, good for your digestive system. And this is not the same as doing a vinegar fermentation. This will result in a vinegary taste. Vegetables will stay nice and crisp after done. Usually takes anywhere from 1 to 4 weeks to finish. The way that you know it's done is you just kind of pull one out periodically and try it, taste it, see if it's got a nice crunch or taste. And once it's at the stage that you like, you just help yourself. Usually, as long as nothing is floated to the top and is exposed to air, it should be fine. But if anything smells funny or looks funny, or if you see like mold floating on the water or anything like that, then you know it's bad. Then you throw it out and start over. But that's it. If you have any questions or anything else you want to see, let me know. I'll touch base when this is done and show you guys what it looks like.